Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Old Streams, where we are cultivating up the field that was being ploughed yesterday by a Russian friend, or a Russian employee I guess. I found out since then his name is Sergei. So a lot of comments that you thought his name was Stanislav or something. No, his name is Sergei. Yeah. He has been working hard as well. He's got field 1 on our little map fully ploughed up. He's working over on field 15 at the moment. And hopefully he'll be doing field 10 in the very near future. Now I have I'm talking to Sergei, can you tell? I have field 1 and 4 re-fertilized. We're just going to cultivate the fertilizer in this time. They do require one more treatment with fertilizer. And when that is done, the third treatment we can just basically put the seeds in with it. And when that's done, we can actually get around to seeding. Now, I've had a look at the equipment we have. We do have a pair of headers for our combine. We do have a grain header and a corn header, so we're pretty free to choose what we want to do. I'm thinking some sunflowers might be an idea. It's a very sun-rich area. Some sunflowers would be quite nice. And I have heard there is a bit of a demand for sunflower seeds around here, and if not, well, they're delicious, so I can eat them myself. Granted, I've lost a lot of money, but hey, I can eat them myself. There is, however, a huge demand for soybeans. People around here love their soybeans, so we will definitely be planting probably this field here in soybean, because we want the most soybeans we can get. If you're wondering, I am cutting this field into basically 3 for the purposes of cultivating. Well, 4 maybe. I'm doing this line first, and you can see there's a minor glitch going on over there with FarmSim. Thank you, FarmSim. I'm going to do this area first, then just kind of nudge in and do the different zones as I go along. Sergei is working hard over in his bulldozer. I still don't know why he wants that thing. Last time he said it's Soviet, so it's best. He looks kind of intimidating, and he doesn't speak much. Also, he refers to himself in the third person, so finding out his name was very easy. I said hello to him, and he replied, "Hello. You Sergei boss now." Well, I was gonna ask him his name, but he told me straight out, so I mean, that's... He seems nice enough. He's somewhat capable. I did find him down the pub, by the way. And I spoke to the owner. He said, yes, he did in fact open the bar just for Sergei to go drinking. Yeah. That ain't a good first impression. I also found a Frenchman in there called Claude. Apparently he's looking for work, but I don't really see the necessity of having a second worker. Maybe. I have his contact details, so if I do need a second worker around the yard, possibly when it comes to doing animals, but it's going to be a while before I can even start doing that. I guess Claude will be up next. He's the only person I got contact details for that lives around here. I do have contact details for some... Sergei gave me the number of this weird English guy called Quentin and said he was a good friend. But, I don't know. Something about him just seemed off. Because I did ring him and he just seemed very aloof. Didn't quite seem to be all there. He also mentioned something about having tipped a tractor over and not having any idea what to do with it. So, maybe not the best person to be working for me. Especially seeing as this equipment does seem quite fragile. Apart from the Oddly enough, the equipment itself seems rather new. It's just the tractors are old as hell. A bit mismatched, almost. Which is a bit odd. I've spoken to Sergei about, getting better equipment. He said he knows of some balers. He said something about a baler that will double our output, which... I mean, I've told him to look into that more. If we can double our bale output, that's going to be great. Just kind of... I don't know, something didn't seem right about the way he said it. But I'll let him look into it, and if he says yes, it can definitely double our output, then I'm not gonna complain about getting twice as many bales, or doing it twice as quickly, or in a more efficient manner. It's never going to be something I'll complain about. Now, like I said, he is over in field 15, which is the other side of the river, so I'm hoping he's keeping himself out of trouble. He is quite a distance away, so if he does get into trouble, we'll have to probably take the Land Rover over there to try and get him back. Also, it seems that the local council have banned non-agricultural vehicles from the roads, which is a bit... I've never heard of that happening, but apparently that's happened. And like the ban came into force a couple of hours ago, so we're going to be the only people on the roads now, seeing as all our vehicles, including the Land Rover, are registered as agricultural. This vent is not liking this hill, is it? Yeah. Come on, you beauty. You can do it. This is in no way beautiful, but I can do it. You can... Positivity. Never hurt. I would like to get into doing like a big mix of crops and animals and stuff. I don't... It's gonna be a while off before we do anything other than the basics, really. I don't know if soybeans and sunflowers count as basic, but they're what our seeders can do. We'll need to get specialist equipment for potatoes or sugar beets, and I would like to get into doing those. Sergei piped up when I said I wanted to do them and said he knows of a guy who can sell us some harvesters. Something about him doesn't seem quite right. But hey, let's see what we can do. So almost finished our first little section here. Hopefully we can get this done in a reasonably timely manner. Out of character. Yes, I know I'm doing it wrong. I should be doing the headland last, but I'm just making it so I don't have to go over it all again. Are we getting it all? We are getting it all. Wonderful. This is, by the way, completely flat out. My foot is to the floor in this thing, as you can see. Can't go any faster than 8.76. We're actually losing speed because it's getting slightly steeper. Yeah, this is as fast as we can go. That's what I'm trying to say. I've spoken to a couple of contacts in the council. They said the fir trees around here, the evergreens, they are fair game if I want to do some tree cutting. There's no ruling against doing them. So I may well get myself a... That's quite a lot of wood over there. They have also granted me access to that forest over there. Actually, all the forests in the area, as far as I know. They said, do what you want. We don't care all that much. Just make the smoke billow. I don't think this council is very environmentally friendly. Although they have mentioned something about a composting machine potentially going in the near future. Over by the shop, and they asked if I could feed it and get some compost out of it. I said fine. What would the compost be used for? They have no idea. They just wanted... Apparently they've got a ticket box saying we're composting. So, it seems the council's a bit... Let's just say not above board. I did, however, talk to them about that mowing idea I had. They said, you find yourself a mower that can bag, and we will give you the job. Issue is, I don't know of a mower that can bag any for sale in the area. So maybe you guys will have some contacts that I don't know, or something. It does have to bag. It does have to collect up the grass. They said they're not going to be letting me go in with a forage wagon or anything. It does have to collect the grass itself. Although they have said I can bring, like, I can pile it up nearby and use a bucket. So maybe short term I could use a mower that I have, kind of use the I don't know. I mean, I could in theory use the bulldozer to pile up the grass, but that seems kind of destructive. In an ideal world, I would have a mower on a small trailer, which I, don't own yet, but I can buy. And is this the fastest we can go? Seriously, 7 kilometers an hour? And use that maybe to mow the grass, pile it up, then come in with the fend, fill up our little trailer, bring it over to the composting machine. Apparently it's a Compost Master 2K17. I don't know what this... It seems to have a strange designation. Compost Master 2K17. And they said they'll put that in place for me. They'll cover all the costs of putting it in, but I will have to feed it, and I will have to figure out what on earth to do with the compost afterwards. I said, okay. Then I realized that if I were to get a manure spreader modified up for compost, which the shop I think has 1 or 2 of them available. Albeit they're small, they're marshalled, they have one available. So, in theory, this could work out well. The issue is the mower. I don't own one. I don't own one that I don't own one of the type that I would need, which it does have to bag. It's have to, like, that is their only thing, is the mower has to collect its own grass clippings. And I don't know of any in the area. I know that there's plenty on the market, just none in the area that are affordable, and that's kind of my sticking point, because if I could use that, then I could use it to mow around the yard here, like these grass verges. I could use that. I could clean the yard and clean out the that looks like a pigsty. I'm guessing it's got to be a pigsty. I'll be using it as one at least. It looks like there's grass growing in there. I mean, this is stuff that I could do if I had a mower like that. It's pretty endless. And I do plan on tidying the yard a bit as well in the near future. Hopefully in the next month or so I'll find some time to do that. Hopefully get some new equipment soon as well. Newer equipment, I should say. All the stuff that I do have at the moment is from the 70s or 80s. Well, in terms of tractors, I mean, if I could get a modern-ish tractor, maybe even a 90... I'm not even saying, brand new 2017 model. I mean, newer. There's a nice Ford A340 on the market. There's some New Hollands. There's a Case 1455. That kind of stuff. That's all on the market right now, and I can't afford it. And it's the kind of stuff that I would like to get. That said, it'd have to be more powerful than what I've got already, because I don't want to be going sideways in terms of equipment. I have to be going up in the world. Do you know what? I wonder if this would be quicker and easier if I were to go horizontally across the field like it's ploughed. Because, I mean, right now I'm pulling against the furrows. If I do this, would it be quick? Ah, this is quicker. Haha! Victory. And Sergei's still working away. Been there for a while. I hope he's alright. And just got a text from him saying he is in fact just finished. He can stay there, I think. Yeah, because the only field that's left to be ploughed is field 10, so I'm just gonna send him a text saying that he should shut down and just wait for further instructions. There we go. And out of character, yes, I was using Courseplay to do that field, which means we're kind of in a bit of a hole money-wise. Which, yeah, it's not great. It'll have to do. I am, by the way, playing on normal difficulty because I want to try and balance it out so that I can actually progress. Don't want to playing on hard and constantly worrying about money. I'd like to get decent enough lump together, which is why I'm working on silage. Albeit they can't be sold, I can make... there's a way it can be sold. I can make, just sell grass directly or something like that and deal with it that way. And of course I can give it to animals, which is going to be kind of a priority. I'm going to try and get sheep first, I think, because they are pretty good as a... sheep, all they really need is water and grass. And I mean, there's literally a pond flowing beside the farm. There's a river just nearby. I can grab some water out of that. And the council won't know any different. And even if they did, they probably wouldn't care. So I can use that water to tend to the sheep. They'll produce lots of wool. Use the grass that maybe even I've collected off the council. If I can find a mower that'll do that. And I can run, I can run a sheep farm as cheaply as humanly possible, and they'll even reproduce. It's not a big deal. Priority number 1 is finding a mower, though, because the bank ain't giving me a loan unless I've got a business plan. And that council contract for mowing is a business plan. Granted, we're not getting any money from it. But if I were to pass the mower off as, say, being for sheep, they'll extend us a credit line to get the mower. And a water tanker as well. Possibly one that's bigger than we need. But they'll extend a line of credit that we can use as we need to. The issue is going to be getting that line of credit in the first place. So, if the battery on this GoPro wasn't dying very quickly, and I don't know how long it's going to last, I would say I'll be back in a bit when I've got the field nearly finished, but because I don't know if I can turn it back off and then go through the whole power upset stuff again, I'm not going to do that. Because I have got a low battery warning. So I've got to try and, keep this thing on and keep you guys entertained, because the microphone I'm using is in the GoPro. So if that dies, the video is over. Because I don't have any spare batteries. I do, but they're all kind of used up because I was saw some kittens, and the first thing I did was I grabbed the GoPro. I started filming the kittens, and then the battery died, so I replaced the battery. I kept filming the kittens, and the battery died again. I replaced the batteries again. It was multiple hours of playing with kittens. That's all I'm gonna say. It was worth it too. It was like 12 hours of kittens on my spare memory chip that I need to get onto my computer. But the battery did die multiple times, and this is the final battery that I have. So, yeah, I was a bit stupid. The second to last battery was used up in the last video, so this is the last battery. And because I record at such a high quality, it goes through the battery pretty quickly because it's trying to write a lot of stuff to memory. Memory card is very rarely a concern. It's big enough to not be a worry, but the actual battery life, because of the amount it's having to write, I may or may not have replaced a few components to mean it actually wastes batteries faster, because I was an idiot and now I can't change the ones back because I threw them away immediately thinking the components I bought were good, and yeah. Buyer beware, especially on eBay. Thank you, Chinese resellers of Chinese sellers on eBay in general. First red flag should have been when it said amazing, super amazing battery. And the entire description was, this battery is, what? I can't even remember what it was. I think it was something about saving battery life, increasing battery life by 300%. But none of it was actual English. It was all kind of really Google Translate-y broken English. It wasn't very good. It should have been red flags, but it was cheap. And I thought, oh, this is a cheap solution to the GoPro eating batteries fairly quickly. No. It was a cheap solution to make the GoPro go through batteries even quicker. Which is why I've got a stock of about 12 batteries, and 11 of them are wasted. The 12th is in the GoPro right now. So yeah, that wasn't a good idea. Wasn't a very good idea. So let's get this thing turned around. On to the next pass. Couldn't have done that if I tried. Well, I was trying to do that actually. I was going to say I couldn't have done that if I tried, but that's exactly what I was trying to do, was dynamically lower the cultivator. And the reason, as I already said, that I've cut this field into sections is just so that it's a bit easier to manage. So I don't have to worry about, oh, well, this lane is going to be shorter than the next lane because of reasons. It's just a case of I draw a straight line, well, straight-ish lines. I know the last line I drew up the field wasn't very straight, but, you know, I draw a line up the field, and I know everything within this section is going to be roughly the same pass. It's not going to be a case of, well, where's the wall here? Though I actually will when I get down to the end. But I've just seen the GoPro has given me the battery's out to die warning. So I will leave it at that for today. I will leave you by saying, out of character, I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on Old Streams map. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like below. And if you're new here, please do hit that subscribe button as well. There'll be more roleplay every Monday and Tuesday on the channel. Replacing live streams. There are a lot of live streams too. Please do leave suggestions for things you'd like to see in the roleplay in the comments below, as well as any things you notice about the video, apart from that glitch. That glitch is a texture bug in Farm Sim, so I can't fix that glitch. Only Giants can. I'm hoping they give us news about DLCs and the next patch very, very soon. But until then, until next time, I should say, stay safe And goodbye.